So the last time I've been talking about the Nests Saga and that how it concludes, and there was another dream match called King of Fighter 2002. So before I talk about this supposedly new character, King of Fighter 2002 is, let's just say, the Nest version of a dream match. Like I said before in the previous episode, they brought back some of the fighters and they went back to a 3-on-3 once again. So they brought back the 96 team, the Yagami team, and then the 97 special team, which is Ryujin, Billy Kane, and Blue Mary. And then apparently the new face team is considered called the 98 team, aka Minions of Orochi. At this time, because now there's like 99 all the way to 2001, they introduced the K's team, the King of Fighter 99 team, which is K, Maxima, and Whip, because all three of them debuted in King of Fighter 99. Then, of course, in 2000 is Seth, Vanessa, and Ramon. They debuted in 2000. 2001 is the Nest team, which is, well, technically not Kula, but she was a hidden character, or technically a sub-character slash... She was actually a sub-boss in 2000, but she became a character in 2001. So, okay, so, yeah, I can give that a pass. So, Kula, K849, and Angel. So, that's some of the new theme. Yeah, there are some things that are missing, such as Lei Jianfei. She debuted 99, she wasn't there. Again, for whatsoever reason. King wasn't in the all-women's team. They were replaced by Mei Lee, which is one of Elliot's property. Hinata from 2000, she was a sumo girl. She got the boot in 2002. So does Lin, the ninja. So, in the arcade version, there is only one new hidden character. So, but before I talk about him, like I said, 2002, the arcade version, those are the rosters. But in the home console, they added more characters. For the Dreamcast version, from what I heard, they finally put back King and Shingo as a single entry. And then, from what I heard, the PS2 version, they added Orochi, Geese, and Goenzai, plus a playable version of Omega Rugal. So the whole version, they actually had more characters. I think the PS2 actually had 5 of them. So that's what came for 2002. And of course, like I said, a sort of semi-new character, they introduced Kusanagi. So remember in my previous one about the NES collection, how Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 is going to be significant. Well, before I talk about that, is the introduction of Kusanagi. So basically, from what the premise about this is, there's two premise lines because Kusanagi actually made a comeback to the new saga. I'll explain that on the next V-Block, but for now, from what I heard in 2002, is that Kusanagi was supposedly the perfect clone. Yes, the perfect Kyo clone. They finally perfected the clone, and they called him Kusanagi. So who is Kusanagi? Like I said, it's a perfect clone, but he's basically Kyo 95 with some additional move. Yes, one move he has is some sort of like a counter that basically introduced in Kyo 98. So he has that move, and the rest are whatever you have in 95. There you go. The fireball, the upward triple kick, you name it, even the serpent wave. And in 2002, one of the new features they have is there's super move or desperation move, and there's super desperation move, which is the rule is you have to be on the red, plus you have at least 2 power bar, and then you can do it. And his super desperation move is a powered up version or strong version of what Kyo 98 does, the Russian uppercut, the Russian fire punch. Note that Kyo in the NES Cartel version he doesn't have that. He still has the Serpent Wave, but his second move is some weird, like, skip hop fire punch. It's a weird one. It's supposed to be more powerful than his 98 version, but again, that's why Kusanagi has it. So, in 2000, basically, and this is before a lot of they reflect the story, is that Kusanagi was supposed to be the the perfect clone. So you got K, which is a modified clone. K49, it's supposed to be a clone of Kyo, but unfortunately he has his own power. Kyo 1 and Kyo 2, which is of course their modified version of 95 and 98 respectively. So Kusanagi is the perfect clone. And you also have something known with Kyo or Kusanagi. He basically has dark skin and red eyes. And I'll kind of explain that later on, what's the deal with that. But yeah, there you go, Kusanagi. Alright, so here's a little preview about the next part, which is the Crimson Saga. That's what they call it. It's a new part supposed to be, these people are supposed to be much stronger and rivals the Orochi. I just call it the Orochi Army. They call themselves warriors from the past, but that'll be in the other blog. But like I said, Kusanagi made a comeback in 2003, and that premise there was different. The story was that Chizuru, using her sacred treasure, I think they call it the magic mirror, created some sort of magical illusion to protect her, and basically Kusanagi is supposed to be the sub-boss for 2003. It depends of how you beat him. You can either fight a boss A or a boss B, and I'll explain that on the Crimson Saga V-Blog. That would be next. But the reason I'm talking about this is because after a while, just like 98, King of Fighter 2000 also had a revised makeover called the King of Fighter 2002 Unlimited Match. Yes, just like 98, it's an improved version with more characters, more playable characters, a well-balanced game, and supposedly the most definitive version of the Nest collection, the Nests Saga. So, it is a different version. It's one of my favorite games for King of Fighter 2002, and I'll explain why. Excuse me. So, what's the difference between Unlimited Matches and the original? Well, one, more characters in it. Characters who got booted out in 2002 are in the game. So that means there are going to be actually now more team. And some team got rearranged a bit. First, you still have your Japan team. You got your Yagami team, the special team, the New Face team / Orochi team, and Ikra Warrior to some extent, and even the Korean team. But this time, because they had to bring some characters from the previous NES game from 1999 to 2001, they had to add them in and made a little bit of arrangement. So there are some new, first of all, there's some basically returning characters, such as one is Kazumi Todo from 99, I guess it was 99, 2000, and 2000. Well, yeah, she was in those three. She was in 2002, but now she's back as an all-women's team along with King. King was in 2002, but now she's officially in the team with Mai and Kasumi. And then the Ardent Fighting team basically changed again. It's now based, once again, from 96 to 98. Rio, Robert, and Yuri. And then, just like in 98, the Master Team, they form a new team called, once again, another Master Team with Hydrin, Takuma, and Chin. So you say, wait, Chin? Why not Sashi? Well, he wasn't really in 2000 or the Nest Saga, so Chin was. There you go. So what does that mean with the Psycho Soldier? Bao is in it. So now you got basically Athena, Kenso, and Bao as the new Psycho Soldier team. Yep, there you go. And that's some of the things that have been rearranged. The Art of Fighting was the same, like I said, from 96 to 98. Plus some new additional team, such as the All Pretty Girl team. Lei Xiangfei, Hinata, and Mei Lina they form a team. The Asian team. 3 characters that wasn't in 2002. Hun, Lin, and Shingo, they form basically called the Asian team because all 3 of them are from Asia. Korea, China, and Japan respectively. Plus, let's see what else. Yeah. Oh, and also the brand new, they're not, I guess you can call them sort of the new Nest team, which is Kula, Foxy, and Angel. Yes, why is it Foxy? What happened to K49? Well, unfortunately, in here, apparently, once again, when SNK finally got their company back, thanks to Playmore, that's where SNK Playmore, what I think they said was they weren't really a fan of K49. People thought it was, maybe it was a license issue because you're using Akira. That's not really the case. The real case is the majority of people in SNK wasn't really a fan of K49. So unfortunately, they gave him the boot. Instead, they have a new character with K49's moveset called Nameless. And Nameless is supposed to be a Mystic clone. It's another clone of the Nest cartels. But somehow this one is a special clone that's supposed to be a superior clone. Once again, could be rival to Kusanagi. And so Nameless, I guess you could say, is another sort of a perfect clone because he looks really awesome, but he does have the same move as K49. Moveset wise, style wise is very different because apparently this one is more like he has a shadow power and he's fast. It's like a ninja. So that's what Nameless versus K49 is earth power and it's kind of slow. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if K49. Actually, I would be surprised if K49 actually went back to King Fighter 14. If Angel's in the game, why not K49? They're like best friends. But that's beside the point. So Nameless was actually, again, considered a semi-new character because it's really K49 moveset, but with a different attribute. He's faster than K49. So, again, I keep saying about why Kusanagi is supposed to be awesome and why that Kyo and Kyo 2 are supposed to be significant for this one. Okay, in 99, they weren't so much significant because, again, they're like a single entry. You go, kind of like Shingo, you just have to add him in for single entry story mode. And they don't even have an ending from what I heard. So, that's what it is. But what if you got 3 clones existing? Well, one of the new original team that's only exclusive to 2002, another awesome, one of my favorite team that I made is the clone team. Yes, the clone team. Team captain, Kusanagi, Kyo 1, Kyo 2. So, how can you deny able to play 3 Kyos as a team? Granted, they have modified move, they have probably different attribute, but you got 3 Kyos. Just like saying playing 3 version of Ryu as a team. So that's why one of the significant about this game that's pretty awesome that I like is they finally made something about the clone premise. So what do you get when you have some clone that survive? Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 still survive, and Kusanagi, there you go. You got the clone team. Alright, so here's the part that why is it that I prefer, Kusanagi is much better than, in my opinion, Kusanagi is much better than Nameless. Okay, remember I said in 2002 he was the perfect clone of the Nest did the perfect clone, while in 2003 he was by magic. So after a while, I guess, anniversary wise, from what I reckon, I could be wrong, SNK once again gave Kusanagi a revised version of his premise, his storyline. So basically, this time, what really destroyed, and I could be wrong also, but this is what I heard about it. It's on the internet, hopefully, this long time ago. But the premise of Kusanagi is, and this is what they did, and basically, maybe it's a cop out, but this is what it is that somehow it was a perfect clone thanks to the Nest technology, but at the same time, G0 somehow infused magic to this clone. So technically, Kusanagi is basically a magical clone. Basically, when science and magic combined, that's what Kusanagi is. So while Nameless is a perfect clone, but through science technology, Kusanagi is not only science technology he was being cloned, but somehow infused some sort of magical spiritual power, like some sort of soul or whatever, illusion soul, I don't know, to Kusanagi, thus you got what Kusanagi is. That's why I like the guy, I like his premise. He's a magical clone. He was made through science and magic together. Remember, science and magic are like enemies, they don't go together. This one does. Thus, you got Kusanagi. And if you even notice, even his new improved illustration in 2002, not only you notice he has the red eyes. He has the red eyes thing. The way even he basically, his pose, it just basically shows power. Well, yeah. But he has red aura surrounding him. And his eyes is red. And you look at his icon picture in 2002, he has red eyes. What does it remind you of something? Street Fighter, Akuma, or Evil Ryu. Some sort of there's some sort of evil intent to this guy. That's why I'm like, Kusanagi could be, well, they could say he's a evil Kyo. Because, well, to some extent, there's Orochi Iori, so Kusanagi. Some sort of magical clone with evil intent because he has red aura. That's why, and this is why also now Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 and Kusanagi, all three of them combined, form the clone team. And finally, you had something, finally it makes sense. Because you created Clone Kyo. Why not make a team out of clones? There you go. The clone team. So that's technically Kusanagi's supposedly new storyline premise or background story is that he was created by Nest Cartel through science, but somehow Chizuru put some magical fuse in it, thus making it a magical clone. Again, I could be making this up, but I did read it on the internet about it a long time ago. But still, it's still awesome than Kyo. So, that is what 2002 Unlimited Match, or the game itself 2002, and its new version, Unlimited Match, and why one of my favorite team in Unlimited Match is Kusanagi and his clone team. Because finally, we get to play 3 Kyo as an official team. Kind of like thinking, 3 version of Rio as a team. There you go. So yeah, so that's basically the conclusion of the NES collection, ending with the Dream game with 2002, and of course it's his improved version, Unlimited Match. So I mean, yeah, the game itself right now is $10. Like I said, I got it from Humble Bundle Steam sale. Thanks SNK Humble Bundle. Again, it's a fun game if you're an SNK. Hopefully they may come back in King Fighter 14. That'll be awesome, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's the conclusion of it. So the next one is I'll be giving my retrospective on the Nests Saga.